People are having bad luck with their vehicles today. Uli Tolito. We've got some crazy 25-mile-per-hour winds out today, so I'm going to have to hide under the canopy instead of the usual driveway I use. In the meantime, we have a brand new 2021 Genesis GV80 SUV with beautiful, nice blue paint, which is $400 extra, by the way. This is really a sharp-looking SUV. This front grille got a lot of comments from onlookers. I think it looks like a giant killer shark opened his mouth and bit off a big chunk of chain link fence. I'm not saying it's unattractive, let's just say attention-getting. The base price of this vehicle starts at $49,000. It gives you a turbo 4-cylinder engine and 2-wheel drive. This is loaded up with everything, the fancy model, just under $67,000. We also tested and did a video on the Cadillac XT5. We have a link to that video at the end of this video. And we also tested the 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLE53 AMG SUV. We have a link for that one too. One of the first things we do when we get a vehicle is check and see if there's a spare tire. No, there's not. Nowhere to even put one. Just a cheesy tire repair kit under here. Like so. But obviously this was intended to be off-road to some degree because you have hill descent control and locking differential for 4-wheel traction. This vehicle was loaned out to another YouTuber last week who did take it out in the desert, and if I don't, I'll show you that video clip so you can see what it does in the desert. In the meantime, the second thing we do when we get a vehicle is take the headlights out in the dark and see how they perform, and these are pretty skinny looking. Should be interesting to see what they do. It's dark enough. Let's take these lights out and see what they do. Look pretty bright. Here we have the low beams in a building 100 feet away. Very bright, good height. High beams, very strong in the middle. Now we'll go to a longer distance. Here's what the rearview camera looks like in the dark. The quality is a lot better in person than what you're seeing on my cheap handheld camera here. Again, very excellent results. The cabin controls light up pretty good in the dark, including the shift knob. That's something you definitely want to see in the dark. Even the drive mode's available for your eyeballs to see. Here we have the brights on a fence line 80 yards away, and the building behind it 130 yards away. Very bright, good widespread. Go low beam. Actually does reach out to the fence. Very good. If you don't want the 4-cylinder turbo, you get this nice V6 turbo putting out 375 horsepower, hooked to an excellent 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. Claimed fuel economy, 18 mpg in the city, 23 on the highway, and 20 overall. And actually, we're going to take this out in the real world to get the real figure. I can tell you right off the bat, city driving, getting 16.5, mixed commuting, getting around 18, but I did have my foot on the throttle a bit more than I should. Hey, it's fun to drive. We'll talk about that later. If you've never been in a Genesis interior, you're in for a real treat. They really know what they're doing. They hired a bunch of people from Bentley, Lamborghini, and BMW who've been doing a lot of magic on their cars, and the cabin certainly shows. What sweet leather. This is really nice stuff. Instead of a shift stick, we get a knob. I prefer the push button stuff like we get in Hondas and Acuras myself, but this is still better than a stick. Doesn't take up any room. And you don't have to put it in park every time you turn off the car, it does it automatically. You'll be seeing more cars with this in the future, so if you don't like it, too bad, get used to it. Here's the control for the infotainment system. The drive mode knob. Let's see, Snow, Eco, Comfort, Sport, Custom. Oh, did I have it in the Sport mode? No wonder it was drinking gas. No wonder it was so quick. A very wide infotainment screen with an excellent camera system. And as you run your hand on this, lots of options here. There's a learning curve on this, folks. You're not going to learn it all the first day. A nice gauge cluster. Paddle shifters located on the steering wheel where they belong can be reached regardless of the steering wheel position. Instead of the Italians and Nissan who put them on the steering column where they do not belong. Now, just to note, this vehicle has every warning buzzer, ding-dong chime, and safety nanny on the planet. But if you scroll through all this, you can disconnect about 95% of that garbage. So you can end up with a car you can actually drive. But for those of you who like noise, we have sounds of nature. Calm sea waves. Rainy day. Lively forest. Hey, I don't know who thinks this stuff up. You're getting something for your 67,000 bucks, I guess. All right, first half of the video, show and tell is over. Second half, we're going to take this out and do some real-world driving and get some fuel economy figures. I do have one minor complaint with this setup, and that's the shiny coating here. Has a tendency to reflect the sun right in your face and blind you at certain times of the day. Right now I'm in the shade, not too bad. But now I'm in the sun, and it's reflecting right in my eyeballs, blinding me while I'm driving. You can't really tell on the camera, but trust me, it's no fun. I'm getting a lot of reflection off this chrome piece here too, making it very difficult to read the numbers on the climate controls. Well, when it comes to the glare, you'll just have to live with it. Or get some good sunglasses, I suppose. I'm told this comes standard with 19-inch wheels. Here we got the 20-inchers, and I was told that it provides a very stiff ride. But I've been driving this for a day, and I don't think so. Yeah, you hear the thumping on potholes and things like that, but nothing serious. We're going out and take some speed bumps, as we always do in my videos, so let's see how it does there. I'm told this vehicle has a computer eye in the grille that reads the road ahead and adjusts the suspension automatically. Well, let's see how it works on these potholes and speed bumps. 20 miles per hour. Bump number 1. Yeah, those big 20-inch wheels are thumping, but the suspension does a pretty good job of absorbing impact, though. Number 2. Okay. A smooth thump. Number 3. And here's the nasty one coming up. Yeah, I felt that one. Nothing serious, though. The Genesis engineers did a great job on the power steering. Feels absolutely perfect. No complaints from me. Same with the brakes. Perfect pedal feel. Did their homework on that, too. Let's take the turning circle in the sport mode. A bit of body lean. Tire squealing. But still handles pretty good. Oh, engine's got some guts. Nice brakes again. This is one of the best transmissions I've ever used. Always knows what gear to go in, when to get out of gear. Very smooth. I'm very, very impressed. I don't think I'll ever need to use the paddle shifters. By the way, there are cameras in the outside mirrors, so when you turn the turn signal on, you can see what's on your right or what's on your left. Sorry about the glare, but the sun's out today, right overhead, messing up my camera. Well, let's stop by the old homestead, get some cash, get some gas, and we'll be on our way for a nice highway trip. Okay, let's do some driving. I'm going to reset the mileage computer to 0 and take a highway trip around 75 miles per hour, give or take. And let's see what numbers we get. Was it 23 mpg they said on the sticker? And we'll see. Got ourselves a mini tornado coming on the freeway here. Super dust devil. Look at the size of that sucker. And I think I'm going to be driving right in it. And maybe not. That's a big one. Just missed it. This is a very nice highway cruiser. Comfortable, smooth, quiet, solid construction. And as far as the suspension goes, I do hear a bit of thumping from the big wheels and tires, but nothing serious. We had a rough ride, I'd be the first to tell you, because I don't like vehicles that have a rough ride. Overall, very nice. Excellent seats, too. Fit me perfect. Time to get off the freeway. Our little trip is over. Let's see what the fuel economy reading is. Well, here's one thing I don't like about some of these gauge clusters, and that's the glare you get at certain times of the day. I can't even read the information. And not much you can do about that. Let's try again. 23.1. Not bad considering all the passing I was doing. I'll have to say I'm very impressed with this windshield. Usually in the desert, after 5 or 6 months or 5 or 6,000 miles, the sand will totally pit the windshield. You'll crack some rocks, but this thing is totally 100% perfect. They use some real good high quality glass. Very thick glass, and probably why the car is so quiet on the freeway as well. Somebody in the engineering department cared. This can be taken off-road, but you have a lot of overheating in the front, and the ground clearance isn't exactly that high. If you're in sand or gravel and doing mild four-wheeling, you'll be okay. However, if you're going too far away from town, it'd be a good idea to get a full-size spare tire. Pretty smooth ride on the ruts and dips I'm taking. I'm very impressed with this vehicle. I know 67 grand is not exactly cheap, but compare that to other vehicles in the class from Japan and Europe. This vehicle is just as good, in many cases better, and costs a lot less and has a better warranty, so what's there to complain about? And the Genesis engineers did a fantastic job. Very good attention to detail. No vehicle's perfect, but if you're looking for a luxury ride that can be taken off-road or for light-duty use, this Genesis model is getting pretty close to perfect. I give it 9.5 out of 10 anyway. A very nice vehicle and very good value. Here's some links to other vehicles we've driven. Just click and watch.